What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Work Knife Balance. We got a sweet Miguron knife we're going to be diving into today. Before we get too far into that, I want to go ahead and say thank you to everybody who has liked and subscribed to our channel. If you haven't, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below, or you can hit the logo in the corner and then hit the bell icon. That'll give you notifications when we post new content. We're going to continue to get knives and post content, so we'd love for you to see it. Check it out. Let us know what you think. You can also head over to Instagram and like us at WorkKnifeBalance939. If you like what you see, you want to send us something, we're going to send you back some sweet swag as a thank you for just letting us look at your knife and review it and get it all together. But it's also a great way just to communicate with us. So we're going to be looking at a Miguron knife, and I want to go ahead and do a shout out to AZ USA Blade Works. They do have a knife that should be hitting Kickstarter here pretty soon if it's not already on. By the time this video posts, it's going to be called the Blitzkrieg by AZ USA. But they picked this knife up from them earlier today, so we're going to go ahead and check this out. This is the Miguron Velona knife, and this is going to be the premium version. So I was able to handle one in the shop a little bit, and this is one that they had back there. So this one, I haven't actually opened this one. This one actually hasn't been opened yet. So I like when I can actually go in and mess with the knife a little bit. So yeah, so let's go ahead and dive into this. I just tried to put this on top as I pulled it out. That's just ridiculously silly of me. So let's go ahead and slide that back in there, and then we'll get the knife out here quick. This is the oil-elite. Maybe I should get that cleaning cloth over here. Oh wow. Okay, you can see how shiny oily that is. That is incredibly oiled. This is a brand new Velona here from Miguron. So Miguron does some amazing things, and I'm really excited about some of the stuff that he's been putting out there. Alright, so this is going to be the Velona from Miguron. This is going to be the premium version. I love how snappy this is. This one comes in M390. See if we can get that to zoom in there. M390 with the carbon fiber scales, and it has a little bit of the titanium frame lock in there as well. So one thing that I really like about this one is I don't know, I really love Miguron's premium stuff that he does, but this one, when I was messing around with this one in the shop, it just came out fantastic. A little bit better than some of the other Velonas that I've had out there and messed with in the past. So I think the premium thing kind of speaks to me a little bit more. I love M390. It's one of my favorite steels, and so anytime I see M390, I like to jump on it. A lot of Miguron stuff is M390, so that lets me jump on it as well. But Miguron just put some premiumness to what he does. It's absolutely amazing action. The ergos on this knife feel fantastic. It's also just not quite as thick as some of his other knives. Some of his other knives, he makes them a little bit chunkier, and I know some people like the chunkiness, but personally I like that there is a good ergos with a good thickness to it, so this isn't too crazy or anything there. But go ahead and do some side-by-side comparisons and some measurements real quick as we get started with this one. Tip to tail, we're looking at just under 8 inches. We'll say 7.8 on the overall. Looking at 3.5 on the blade length, about 3.25 on the cutting edge. You do have a pretty generous choil there. Depending on the size of your hand, you could use that as a choke-up choil. Right now, I've got my finger in there, and it actually doesn't feel bad. It's okay. It doesn't like pinch or feel anything. I mean, I've actually got a pretty decent ergos there choking up in that choil. Don't need to because you got enough grip back here in the knife, but you do have some good choke up in that choil there, right there. No jimping on this blade, so it's going to be a really just kind of crowned spine at the top here and just smooth, but you don't necessarily need it. I always like it because you get a little extra, especially if you've got some jimping up front for a pinch grip. Being able to get in there and do some detail work is really nice. And then Miguron also has a really nice logo that he puts on his pivot right there. So you've got the M for the Miguron logo. I really love the carbon fiber look to this Velona. It's a shred carbon fiber, I believe, so it's not, it gives that more marbleized look to it in my opinion. So you got a titanium pocket clip that is ambidextrous, so you can go ahead and swap it over to the other side if you want, which is nice because I know there are lefties out there who want to carry some knives like this. And then it does look like the titanium is anodized. So the inlaid titanium for the frame is anodized. You can see the back spacer and the clip are a little bit different color there, and then around the pivot collar on the back side as well. So I think he's got a couple different colors. I believe the one I saw in the shop was blue, and this is more of a bronze to it. So there's a couple different colors that I think you can get the anodization in, but overall it's going to be the same knife through and through. There are cheaper Velonas out there. There's not, you can get a Velona, I believe, in 14C28. It comes in at around 80 bucks, I think. I could be wrong on that. You can double check it, but these ones go for about 180, and they are available on AZ USA right now, as well as a couple other websites. I will go ahead and put the link below, so if that's something you're interested in and you want to go ahead and take a look at it, by all means go ahead and follow that link there. If it's an Amazon link, that does support our channel, and we are very grateful for any of the support we get. But if it is just a general link to AZ USA or anything like that, it's not an affiliate link. Go ahead and just support the small business in Southern Arizona, and they're well worth it because there's some great guys over there doing some really cool stuff and bringing some pretty sweet knives to the market. So I don't have much else to say about this knife. I know I seem lackluster in my enthusiasm. I think it's because it's so late right now as I'm recording this. Also, I got to mess around with this earlier today, and I just really loved the feel. So some of that initial spark for the knife is gone. But I will be carrying this. This is the first day with it, so I will be carrying this for the next week or so, and we'll probably do a more detailed, in-depth review. I have a couple knives that I'm going to be doing long reviews on, and I might add this to the bottom of that list there so we can carry this for a while and do a long review on it with that. So don't have much else to say about it. I really love the knife. I like the full fuller through here. I love that they have a nice drop point to it as well. I believe these are coming in with a 58-60 HRC, and then they have that sandblasted finish. So it's kind of, to me, I like the matte finish on a lot of stuff, especially when you've got the darker tones in the carbon fiber. The matte finish looks really nice there. So personally, I think that's pretty fantastic. But everyone has their own opinion. I know some people like the shiny satin too. So I think this is a great choice. The flipper is phenomenal. I don't think I could even fail that if I tried. Got a really good button push, really good light switch coming down, and then you can full or flick right off that right there. So that's really nice. Someone might be able to get in there and do the thumb. I can't necessarily do the best thumb off fullers, but you can nice, easy, slow roll as you see that right there. Absolutely fantastic. Really loving what Miguron is putting out right now, and I really love that they continue to do premium stuff at a fantastic price. So go ahead and pick one of these up for yourself. Like I said, they're about $180 online. Go ahead and drop that link below. Other than that, we'll see you next time. TTFN.